girl be Araba. So I kind of was thinking about doing this video and I wasn't sure if I would actually do it. As you can see from the title, it's dealing with either a breakup of a friendship or a big breakup with a best friend, that type of thing. So recently, I'm not even sure the months that it was, but sometime this year, I guess you can just say one of my best friends, at least who I thought was a best friend, broke up with me or didn't want anything to do with me. And kind of severed any ties, whether it was like any type of business or any projects we were working on or the friendship itself. So I just wanted to come on and talk about that, being that, and I guess this will kind of be like a story time, but being that this is a time of the year for a lot of people that's very difficult. And like you'll see commercials and you see other people's videos, or even your friends and your family, and they're excited and they're going over people's houses and they're having events and things like that. But for a lot of people, this is a very, very sad time because they may not have family, or they might have family that passed away, or they may not have friends, or they could have had friends in their lives and those people are not in their lives anymore. So I want to kind of touch on that. So briefly, I'll just talk about the friendship. I'm not going to go into great detail. It was a young lady that I met through work. We became friends, or I'll just say associates in the beginning. Had some similar, like, likes and interests and things like that. And then she ended up moving to a different office. I was still where I was. I moved around, and we both ended up in the same office again somewhere else a few years later. So at that point, that's when we really, to me at least, became tighter, and our friendship grew. And then we were the same sign, so we, and that doesn't mean that you have to be the same sign to have the same interests, but we have the similar interests, not exactly the same interests, but similar interests. We're interested in like health, being healthy, and kind of like looking into like stones and what herbs are good for you, what foods you should be eating, etc. One of her children and also my daughter was dealing with chronic illness, so we were also looking into that and things like that. So similar interests, similar tastes, etc., helping us through that. And then we also like to be creative, as you already know on my channel. And so we're working on some like writing assignments. We're possibly going to do a book, and then we ended up doing I guess you could call it like a web series or just videos on YouTube, which I've since taken down per her request. But yeah, so we were fortunate that we went over to each other's houses. We went to family family events, did our own thing by ourselves, sometimes go out to lunch, etc., etc. So everything was cool. And then I guess she started going through something personal that was difficult in her life, which I understood. And I think at that point, while she was going through all of that, that's when she felt as if I was stepping back, which in my opinion, I was not. I thought I was actually being a friend and trying to be there for this person while they were going through whatever they were going through, and being an ear to talk to if they needed to let it out, because I know when you're going through something traumatic or something big or life-changing in your life, you just kind of need an ear to bounce off to. And I'm just kind of like that person for a lot of people, so I'm comfortable with that. Like I didn't think, but I guess to this person I was pushing back, or wasn't interested in a friendship. I still am not exactly clear, but because I knew this person was going through what they were going through, I wanted them to give them their space if they needed it. I didn't want to be harboring on them while they're going through whatever they were going through. So it just was kind of surprising when the person kind of like cut everything. So whatever projects we were working on, that was cut. Our friendship was cut, which to me is two different things. Like if you don't want to do the project anymore, I would think that if you're really a friend, you would just keep the friendship. Or even if the friendship dynamic changes a little bit, that you would still keep the friendship. But that didn't happen, so I had to deal with that. So in essence, for me, that whole like shock of this person wanting the friendship to be over, like I said, it was a shock. So it was almost like I was going through a grieving process for months where I was just really sad sometimes angry, but just really sad because I really wouldn't have expected this from this person. Maybe from another individual, but not, I really put this person, I guess, on a pedestal, you could say. Which you should not do, because people are human. They're going to do stuff, they're going to say stuff, they might say stuff and do stuff that hurts you that you wouldn't expect them to do. So never, like, and that could be a spouse, children, anybody, friend. You should never like put somebody that high. So granted, lesson learned. But you know, I'm just hoping that person is doing well. Still not understanding, but I'm doing a lot better. But I just want people to be mindful, you know, that everybody doesn't have some place to go for the holidays. Everybody isn't excited about the holidays. Some people might not have money to partake in certain things. You know, everybody's doing like grab bags and giving gifts to people, and they just may not have it because it's just a tough time. So just be cognizant of that. Also, don't put your beliefs and your, like, basically your beliefs on other people and feel like they should be doing what you're doing, or they should be celebrating this religion or what have you. Like, people do their own different thing, and just be mindful and respectful of that, and vice versa. You know, don't be the Grinch either. But I just wanted to just share this video that if you're dealing with some type of grieving, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, romantic relationship, what have you, it could be even work, just being fired, anything like that. You know, just find something that you love to continue to do. Talk to people if you need to, write it down, do poetry, art, things like that. Get counseling if you need it. But just find a way to, you know, let that out. Cry if you need to, you know. I definitely cry if I need to. So if you need just a space and a way to let it out, you may need to find someone else to confide in, just to talk to, if you don't want to talk to like a therapist or somebody like that. So don't keep it all in. You know, try not to be alone. I know it's hard for a lot of people. You know, just try to find someone, or at least find, you know, some self-love within yourself, and just do things that you enjoy doing alone. That's fine as well. But I just wanted people to just be cognizant of that. There are people out there that this is just a really, really hard time for them. You know, just spread the love, spread the happiness as much as you can, and just be respectful of others. Everybody doesn't have to do what you do. You know, we are our own people. We came here with our own things. And, you know, we all have our gifts that we were sent here to do while we were here. So just be mindful. I hope everybody's having a great December. It's almost the new year. I can't even believe it, 2020. And I'm hoping that everybody has a wonderful new year. All right, be blessed.